Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. We got my guy, Consequence here.
What up?
It's
what
the
up?
cons.
It's the cons full
We
word.
ain't see you in a minute, Quince.
Yeah, I'm back.
Last time you was here, you was turned up on a lot of different issues, but it seemed like all those issues are resolved. I see Q-Tip playing with your son, teaching him how to do the guitar. I see Kanye FaceTiming him for his birthday.
Yeah, we blessed.
Family back together.
We blessed. We in a good space. Everybody's in a good space. When I walked out of here, I was like,
Should I have?
well, nah, it was, I knew it was gonna be World War III. Me and Charlamagne actually talked. We talked about it.
Absolutely.
Because there was like communication behind the scenes, with regard to the interview, and I guess sometimes you just have to vent just to get past your family issues. I mean, unfortunately, I vented to like about 10 million people, but nevertheless, I was looking for change and I got it. So it's a blessing. Like this week was my son's 4th birthday, and like Charlamagne said, Kanye FaceTimed him for his birthday, and Q-Tip gave him his first bass guitar lesson. So he had a really, really happy birthday.
That's dope, man. Do you think, when y'all family, but all of y'all doing y'all thing, it's hard to get in touch with each other at times, but it shouldn't be, really.
Yeah, I don't know
But
that it's
for
hard to
whatever
get in
reason, it
touch.
is.
Well, this business, man, you got to go where your money's at. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and sometimes that's the thing that causes a little bit of division, because at the end of the day, when this is how you feed yourself, you got to hustle. And sometimes, that overshadows relationships, you know what I'm saying? And it gets tricky. I mean, y'all both got family and friends that's in the game, not in the game. And, everybody has an opinion about what the quote unquote star does or doesn't do for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, so when you got like a situation with us, like we all individually have our own, successes, mishaps, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you got to just figure it out.
It seems like sometimes, too, when it comes to children, you're like, okay, everybody put your differences to the side. I've had a son. Let's just, whatever issues we have,
Well, if you remember when we did the interview, I kind of tried to sidestep the whole baby issue. You know what I'm saying? I guess it kind of got it hit a sore spot with Jen when the whole so what do you give him for his baby shower? Because it was just like, she's a woman. That's a sensitive subject when like.
Jen went off. Jen was
yeah. I walked out there. I was like, I hope you're ready. But obviously I had to deal with the bulk of it because they're my relationships. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think for her it was just like we had been dealing with it internally for so long, and she has a notorious mouth. And she just let it go.
That sounded crazy, bro. That's your wife, man.
I mean, no. I mean, but before she was anything, she was Jenna Penn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I met her as Jenna Penn. I didn't meet her as like Jennifer Bear from Staten Island.
No,
I met her as
you said she got a notorious mouth. You gonna have dudes like, oh,
I mean, it just is what it is. I love her. You know what I'm saying? But like I've had to, the reason why I said that, like I had to deal with some things that she said in the past that came my way. You know what I'm saying? And I stood by as her man, you know what I'm saying? And it was the same scenario. Like just to keep it one buck, you know what I'm saying? Even when I first started talking back with like Dawn C, because me and Dawn had we was like cross fingers, and when everything kind of went awry, everybody, started picking their sides. But even when me and Dawn had our first dinner out here, he was like, we respect Jen for riding for you. That's your girl.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, we don't feel no way about the family. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
She's supposed to ride for you, and she probably gets more emotional about certain things.
Yeah. Actually, Dawn gave me a jewel one time. He was like, yo, Quince, men and women are different creatures. You got to understand that.
Absolutely.
If you can understand that, then you can navigate through your relationship.
Easily. Because sometimes we expect them to be like us, but nah, they the complete opposite, really.
Yeah.
We get mad. We get mad at when we see somebody not treating our man right.
Well, they the introvert. Yeah. I like to, you know what I'm saying? Like what you feel on the inside is what they wear on their sleeve.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? maybe you can agree or don't agree.
No,
I'm not a woman, so that's just my perspective.
No, sometimes you be
man.
like, he did what to you?
I
Wait,
know.
hold on, he didn't do this? Okay, we're going to call him out.
That makes situations worse sometimes because you go to the person that's closest to you and you're talking to them about it and they're like, what?
Yeah.
He did that?
We hype it up.
Now you like, oh, now I got to go get this dude. You know, my girl looking at me crazy.
Yeah.
But and then we watched you guys on Love and Hip Hop. Do you think that it was good that y'all weren't on that show anymore? Because sometimes that show can, destroy relationships.
I mean, me even doing it initially, I had a relationship with Mona for years. It was something that Jen wanted to do. Just to keep it a buck again, like I wasn't always 100% comfortable with the way that the booby traps was set up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even when I watched it, and I saw you on there, and it was portrayed that you were being fired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was portrayed that you were being fired. Like it was like
Fired from what?
Oh no, when they had me say that I was L'Oreal's manager and
oh yeah.
Like the fact that you just said had me say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that you just said had me say.
I
don't knock the hustle.
They'll put you in a position where they're like, okay, either you got to sit down and pretend that Rich Dallas is your manager, or you got to bring Angela on and she's gonna say. It's just what they do.
Yeah, if I had to pick between you and Rich, I would see why.
Like,
she
Angela,
would pick you.
please.
Yeah.
But see, the danger in that is how the public digests it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they
don't know it's fake.
They don't. Well, they don't understand. The public digests perception on face value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't know anything about a hidden hand. They don't know anything about a AP conversation.
A storyline.
Well, that's how a storyline. The storyline is the final product, but
right.
everything that goes into it is what's contrived in the background.
And then people will see me and be like, "Man, why you did L'Oreal like that? Oh man, I can't. That's not your real friend." And you're like,
"Yeah,
we're good."
Like, are you serious? If I wasn't my real friend, I wouldn't even waste my time being on camera.
And then they had an issue with you with light skin and all of that. Light skin is the right skin.
I mean, the whole thing was ridiculous. Like, I don't have a color complex. I'm a native tongue. You know what I'm saying? Affiliate. He knows very well. Like my connection with the Zulu Nation is 100.
Right.
100. They will go anywhere for me at a call. At one phone call, I have 100 dudes wherever. You know what I'm saying? So I have no cultural disconnection from my culture. You know what I'm saying? I did the joint as part of a storyline, the whole scenario. I mean, they spin things the way they spin things. But the light skin the right thing was just part of a storyline that got developed actually behind my back. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. So I had to deal with it. And like I got every shade of African American in my family. So it's not for me to have women come up to me when I was doing like hosting gigs or whatever and be like, well, you said light skin's the right skin. I was like, baby, I don't know what to tell you. Brown skin's the crown skin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
tell them you like pink.
But I don't just like pink.
Oh yeah, we're all
pink.
We're all pink
on
the inside.
Pink. You got neon pink.
It's
you got
roast beef.
You got roast beef, pastrami pink. You know what I'm saying? It's all pink, regardless. You know what I'm saying? It's all pink. It's either just dry or it's juicy. That's how it works.
But did that make you feel a way, saying that you had a relationship with Mona, and then you're feeling like, well, why are you trying to make me out to be like that's your career?
I mean, I had conversations with Mona. You know what I'm saying? And we most of the time we like the thing with Mona is like we always was good. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we would agree to disagree. Mona called me after the reunion happened, laughing, and it's just.
Oh yeah, you tried to smack Joe Budden, or you did.
You did smack Joe Budden.
I mean,
Consequence, you are wild.
I'm a wild '90s boy. I mean, that's what it is. I ain't nothing to sugarcoat. I mean, me and Joe put it to bed in Queens.
Y'all good now?
I mean, we put it to bed in Queens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen him in Starlets, and we had a long conversation. And both people copped to the fact that a lot of it just got done because of the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was always a schoolyard fight. Like I said, if it was like a serious situation, I would have hit that Z. I'd have hit that Z line. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I fought him and his guys for Dolo, because I'm a wild from the 90s.
Right.
Like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it was after that. It was what it was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't never gonna be. I mean, he didn't write no diss rap about me. You know what I'm saying? He's capable of it, but I'm a wild from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Who happened to make it to 15. You know what I'm saying? So.
But now you got the new music.
Yeah, we got
Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah. We got the countdown record out. I'm not even in no beef space with nobody. That's over with.
Why you didn't jump into the whole mix when Mos Def said he'd challenge anybody? When Lupe jumped out, I said, "Oh,
well, Mos Def took it back right after that and said he didn't want him."
Because I'm in this business to make hit records. I don't have time for that. There go my son right there. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's
he
not.
He looks
really,
so sad that he's outside on the other side of the glass.
He love to shine.
he
love to
so
shine.
bad.
We'll bring him in maybe in a second, but you know what I'm saying? Like. I mean, for me, it's just like, you know, like I started my career battling. Like I battled Run before, you know what I'm saying? On
Rev Run?
Rev Run. When I was 14, 15, I battled Rev Run.
Who won that battle?
I'm here. I got in the tribe, didn't I?
Yeah.
I didn't get in the tribe by accident.
Who else did you battle? Anybody that we know now?
And I didn't know Rev Run was a battle.
I didn't know that either.
Man, let me tell you something. Shout out to Rev Run. Shout out to Joseph Simmons. Shout out to Joe from Hollis. Yo, look, Rev Run was the first I ever seen stunting. Ever seen stunting. First with a kitted out Benz with the Rollie. He was like, you gotta remember, like Run DMC got rich before everybody.
Right.
Everybody. So, you know, he came to the hood. You know, we all got to go back and charge up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's the same. You got to be ready. Like, you know, I was 14, hungry.
So y'all was in the street when y'all battled?
We was from Nuclear Cleaners. Me, him. And it wasn't like nothing disrespectful. It was
people used to battle.
Yeah. You throw yours, I throw mine. You know what I'm saying? So me, him, Buster, Mr. Cheeks, Co Cheeks. Back then he was Co Cheeks.
It's for everybody.
Spank G. Yeah. Everybody was like on the cusp. Like Rev was the only one that was like, well, yeah, Rev was like probably like the only one that was like full out superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, we all went out.
So who set it up? Like you challenged him? Like yo.
He just got out the car front.
And he was like, I gotta go get my stripes
I mean,
right
he
now.
just came to the hood, like, you know, which was his just due. He was the superstar of Queens. You know what I'm saying? Like he earned that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was so crazy, because it was you know, 20 years later, I actually did a record with me, Diggy, and Mac Miller had did a record. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my life has gone full circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Diggy, he good.
You think it was harder to get on back then or now?
It's easy to get on right now in a certain. It's easy to get attention. It's easier to get attention right now.
Yeah.
It was easier to get bigger bread back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got attention, and a lot of these dudes, you know, it ain't.
You don't feel like it's oversaturated though? There's so many people trying.
I mean,
so hard.
it was always people trying. It just wasn't noticed that they were trying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too many outlets now. Like it's too easy. Like what is celebrity now? Anybody's a damn celebrity now.
Yeah, celebrity is just a victim of nepotism at this point. You know what I mean? It's just at the end of the day, if you got any plug, you don't, you know, like it doesn't matter what size your, you know, if you got an adapter, a small wire,
right?
Like as long as you got the plug to get in, you gonna shoot your shot. You can't be mad at it. I just think that, you know, the cream rises to the top. Mm-hmm. That's always been a scenario.
I thought Angelique was exaggerating. Little homie crying now.
You want to come in here? Come on, Kaden. Get him in.
I thought she was exaggerating when she said he said.
Come on, Kaden.
Kaden, like I'm gonna get on this camera. Speaking of attention.
Kaden.
What's up, bro?
You gotta stop crying.
What's wrong, man?
Kaden, you want to get on the mic?
Kaden, the world want to see you, man. Say what's up, man.
Look. You ready?
Kaden, you can rap?
Yeah, he can rap.
Kaden, say what's up to the people, man.
Say what up. Say what up.
That's him saying what up. He really was upset.
I should have just brought you in from
Daddy's
the door,
right
huh?
here.
Now with Pusha T, y'all cool now?
Yeah. We put that to bed. That was the probably one of the most awkward moments of my life that actually went from a negative to a positive.
Why was it awkward?
Because I flew out to work with Kanye, and I figured him and Sean would be there, but I didn't. nobody alerted me to the fact that they were definitely.
Oh yeah.
So I walked into the studio and
he should have told you that though.
He might have thought maybe you wouldn't have come, cause he probably knew y'all wasn't gonna fight or nothing.
I mean,
I don't know. Y'all was disrespectful to each other.
No.
Not so much Sean, but you and Pusha.
Well,
was
look, I
disrespectful to
walked
each
in the room, right?
Sean wasn't too happy about that either, though.
I walked into the room, but even with Sean, like I walked into the room. Sean was the first person that saw me. He was like, "Oh, shit." You know what I'm saying? So me and Pusha was like the last one to dab. We still was on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? From an energy standpoint, but I think what happened was.
Because Pusha from the 90s too, in a way.
Yeah.
So you probably wanted to just get 5 minutes, get it off.
5 minutes.
Yeah. So, Kanye kind of took the initiative to have like the, yo, look, we all here for a reason conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said something that Pusha agreed with, which kind of broke the ice. And from there, we kind of, actually, we was listening to Sean's the Paradise album.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he was running through it. He was about to turn it in. I think Blessing was the last record that he was working on for it because Kanye was putting a verse to it. So that was like the first day. I was out in LA for like a month with them. So by like day 3, I told Ye, I was like, yo, I gotta holler at Pusha. Like I don't really run from confrontations at all. You know what I mean? I just like, yo, I can't really squash that on the strength of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said what he said, I said what I said, so me and him need to have a grown man conversation. So, probably like day 4, we went, I asked him, come talk to me on the terrace or whatever, the studio. And, he was just like, yo, it's behind us. Let's just do what we do. Pretty much everybody just happy to see you.
Going back to work on Kanye's album, how was that conversation? Was it just you saying, yo, let's just get back in, or he said it?
Well, what happened was the LA trip was like maybe like the second or third trip. We just gotta try to keep it off the radar. I mean, me and Kanye are brothers, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why he never really said anything back, because I know it looks as though he probably older than me in the public, just because people see the magnitude of his stardom dwarfs certain relationships. But I used to do a lot of work, put in a lot of work in the streets for Kanye. You know what I'm saying? From a political standpoint in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye moved to New York. I want to say 2000, and he moved here probably 2001, and we started working together like 2. And we got like a bond that you don't really that doesn't form with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you basically use his muscle kind of for a second. Yeah,
I mean that because of my influence, because of my 2-piece, because of my because where I'm from, you have to be that. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Queens, from Jamaica, Queens. Same place 50 Cent got shot, same place where Supreme Team started. You have to survive. You know what I'm saying? And so, through my street affiliations and myself, we just ultimately, Ye felt safe in New York. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously he had Dame in them as well, but you can't sit here and call them every 5 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not get extorted later, because that's just how the streets are. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just think that like me and Ye see a lot of things, like we like alikes. You know what I'm saying? So we see the world through the same vision. I think that's why for a long time it sounded like we were like the same person rapping. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was because you was writing his rhymes.
Look, Kanye a prolific artist. You know what I'm saying? He is. You know what I'm saying? Like he is. I didn't have nothing to do with in Paris. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't. I wasn't around for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like
he
he
was
can't.
there for them classics like College Dropout, though.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit here in front of myself.
Right.
You know what I'm
Kanye
saying?
credits everyone though.
Yeah.
Kanye never shied away from like. He never said like, he gave you credit.
Yeah, I mean, even like, look, as far as like the conversation we had when the whole interview came up, you know what I'm saying? Like, the man told me he loved me. What was I supposed to do? Tell him I hate him?
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't gonna. I'm not a person who was pro negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could let it go, I have no problem letting it go. I have no problem apologizing to anybody. Like, I just don't have that component in me of pride to that extent where I'm like, yo, nah. Like that. What does that do for anybody? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. It doesn't move the meter at all. Especially like now that I got him.
Word up.
Right? You better cut it out, man.
What do you think of the whole the ghostwriter situation that went down? Because you're a notorious. I don't even know if you're a ghostwriter though. Are you get credit?
Well,
you have been a ghostwriter. Though.
I'm gonna say this about ghostwriting. I think ghostwriting privatizes hip hop to a degree because of the fact that it's a term used for somebody who is not getting their just due. And hip hop is the only genre of music that doesn't fully get its just due. Like, hip hop is the most influential culture
ever
that's graced the planet. Definitely modern day.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've had the Renaissance, you've had different eras.
Jazz.
You know, well, I'm just saying, like, even like, I'm taking it to the extent of world history. You know what I'm saying? Where you had Picasso and you know, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? And these artists were like, you know, changing the scope of how we look at history. You know, like hip hop has done the same equivalent, but I feel like, you know, obviously, until now, meaning like in the last decade, African Americans haven't had the utilization of platforms like Revolt to even say or claim greatness. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is when you want somebody else to claim greatness for you, you're already a step behind the eight ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect somebody else of a different culture to sit here and tell you you're number one.
Right. They have to. You're not waiting for them to bestow that.
They will never bestow it upon you.
They may not see it. They may get it.
I told my guy Agent, shout out to Agent. I told my guy Agent yesterday. I said, man, if you want the truth, buy it. It is for sale. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for purchase. You can use PayPal. You can like, you know what I'm saying? It's that real. You know what I'm saying? So with ghostwriting, I think the terminology is rooted in poverty. And I also firmly believe that the business of what hip hop, the way the business of hip hop is set up flawed. And I'm gonna say this, like, I feel like when artists actually use people in their camp, instead of giving them artist deals, I really firmly believe that you should establish a publishing arm so that way the artist can have money, be on the books working as a writer, and if the artistry makes sense later, then give them an artist deal. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times what's being done is songwriters are being compensated with artist deals. And then it's a problem later because the artist hasn't popped from a level of having a distributor invested, you know what I'm saying, where you should have just had this person capped up, put them in a pub deal, they deliver a certain amount of records or splits, you know what I'm saying, and you eliminate the whole ghostwriter thing. Because, all right, so Luther Vandross, Aretha Franklin's ghostwriter? No. She was a songwriter. And properly credited accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Was Rod Temperton Michael Jackson's ghostwriter or Quincy Jones' ghost producer?
But for some reason, people look at hip-hop differently. They look at it
it's the poverty. Yeah. I'm sorry to scream, but it's the poverty. It's the poverty. And that was the zeal behind what I was saying. It wasn't, when I would say anything that I would say in regard to ghostwriting or anything of that nature, like, I'm telling you, like, I come from Queens. So I'm like the only guy who has the information and the experience to even say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say the only guy, I say, obviously around my circle, like 50 Cent from Queens, he knows this. You know what I'm saying? Envy knows this. You know what I'm saying? Clue knows this. You know, but the thing is, like, we constantly go through this circle of jealousy and misinformation because of the fact that nobody says out loud, yo, dog, this is how you get your whole neighborhood right.
Right.
You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. Everybody will be cool. You know what I'm saying? Is you gonna be rich? That depends on how you perform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying like the whole publishing thing. Like at the end of the day, like you could get rich off of publishing. You know what I'm saying? You might not get rich as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be rich to blow as an artist. If you're not making money as an artist in 2015 going into 16, you're dead. Remember, I told you, you're dead. It's over. It's over. How are you gonna make money? How are you gonna make money as an artist when you're up? You know who your competition is now? Spotify. It's not even iTunes no more.
Yeah.
Pandora. It's iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that the mechanical that artists used to live off of is over with. Nobody has a CD. You look like a dinosaur with a
Right.
CD in
Word
the
is
streets.
born. I hate it when you come to
You
me.
gonna come at me like a
I don't even take you serious.
I can't take you serious. You old school, fam. You
Word
out
up.
here using like leopard on your Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like you out here looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have your finger on the pulse of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's hip hop though. Hip hop has always been ahead of any learning curve. That's how it started. You know what I'm saying? It starts as a street smart that's transitioned into a business move. So I'm just saying it out loud. You know what I'm saying? I've always said it out loud. And I'm not foul for doing it. I'm not breaking the code for doing it. I'm saying, look, you wouldn't even have a lot of these issues if dudes just got compensated the right way. And then
So for your situation, do you have people that write for you?
nah, I'm a rapper. So ain't nobody never wrote nothing for me.
And you're a writer.
And I'm a writer. I mean, the writer, I'll be honest with you, like the writer producer came later, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, just to be honest, like the producer aspect of what I do, definitely Kanye influenced that, Q-Tip influenced that.
Right.
You know,
You said you
Puff
watched.
influenced that.
You said you watched Kanye when he was producing, and that's what helped you learn how.
Absolutely. Same way he watched me when I would rap. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't study, then you're not hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't learn, if like everybody learns hip hop in different manners. So like you learn how to break dance. There's no instruction guide to break dancing. Like you gotta watch somebody else do the four corners.
Right.
And emulate it to your best ability until you become the person that's being emulated.
Or
You know what I'm saying?
can you respect other MCs when you know that they may borrow bars?
Look, see, here's the thing. This is where it comes down to information. Am I gonna respect a rapper who gets in a cipher and raps, like does the BET cipher, for instance, and raps somebody else's raps? No. Get lost. That's whack. You ain't no real rapper. You out here stunting. That ain't the culture. Ciphers and battles are part of the culture. Songwriting is part of the music business. So as a songwriter who happens to be labeled a rapper, if you're contributing to final product that's impacting the masses, then my hat's off to you. You've done your job as a songwriter. You know what I'm saying? The ghostwriter thing is a hybrid of both of those.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem because it affects economics. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't sit here and think that, you know, somebody is gonna be able to make it to the top when you're already cutting them at the knees. When you hear somebody with a ghostwriter joint, you already cut at the knees.
Right.
Well, because the whole thing is like, well, you're only good enough to do it for somebody else too. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Where's your hit record at?
Right.
So unless you got a hit record, you're just a ghostwriter. That's your ceiling.
And then you're not really supposed to talk about it, and you can't say,
And then you can't talk
this
about
is who
it.
I wrote for, because that breaks the code
I
of
mean,
being
like
a ghostwriter.
like the whole references thing was kind of like when they was leaking like so-called references.
And they
like,
leak the Drake references.
Yeah, that was a little tacky. You know what I'm saying? From a business standpoint, as a songwriter, you know what I'm saying? Like I have different things that I've referenced. You know what I'm saying? And I would never do that because that means you in a bad space with somebody when you do that.
Right.
Like that's.
I'm trying to embarrass you.
And
Yeah,
you mess
like
up your money. Like if I was,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
me, I wouldn't hire Quentin Miller no more.
Yeah, how could I?
You know what I'm saying?
How could I? Because like you need an NDA to be around me.
But you know
You know
what?
what I'm saying?
But he's not the only person that had the reference track. We don't
That's
know
true, too.
where it came from, because clearly
I'm
somebody
not
in the
saying
studio,
I'm not saying he did
engineer-
it, but he holds a hand in it. You know what I'm saying?
Word
Or
up.
whoever, somebody holds a hand in it. I mean, at the end of the day, because like I said, if you are in a network of different people, you know what I'm saying, you can make that call.
Mm-hmm.
You in $1 million situation.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even if Drake opted to do it, like, you talking about a touring artist that has impacted pop culture. You know what I'm saying? And it probably, more than likely, shout out to Drake, I've been around, I went to his art exhibit at the Sotheby's or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a team of dudes he taking care of. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm on tour, when I go on tour on this next run, and anybody around me rap, and I'm halfway feeling like I might be getting kind of cold, if you don't got no bars, you won't eat no steak. You will not eat no more steak.
So you down to borrow bars?
I'm not. No, I'm down to do business.
Business.
Right.
I'm down to do business. I'm not going to sit here. You can't beat business. You can't beat it. You know what I'm saying?
A hit record is a hit record.
There's no substitute for a hit record in this industry. All these shenanigans that everybody keep doing with the Twitter and the podcast and this and that and the third, where is your record on the chart? No, not the bars. I don't hear no battle rap neither. Where your record on the charts at? That's why the game. That's why everybody complaining. But you gotta, what I believe from a faith standpoint, you look within before you look externally. Where your record at?
Listen, that's why I had so much respect for Drake that week, because Meek did the whole Twitter thing, and he can't. Even though Drake came back with some bars, it was charged up, it was cool. But then 4 days later, he came back with an actual hit record, not just bars. That back to back is a hit.
Yeah, smoke.
Yeah,
smoke.
Would you put yourself in a situation where you were signed to another artist again?
Nah, that's not necessary for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a cosign at this point. You know what I'm saying?
You got the Rock Nation hat on, though. What's up with that?
Yeah, shout out to the Rock.
You signed the management?
Shout out to the Rock. Shout out to Emery.
Salute to Emery. That's the OG.
Shout out to Emery. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jay. Shout out to B. That's my peoples. We good. You know, I seen him All-Star Weekend. B came up to me in 40-40 in front of everybody. He said, thank you. Gave me a kiss on the cheek. Everybody just like silent. The whole room went silent. Like, oh, they good. Nah, I mean, it's like.
Why would they think you got beef with B?
No. Because, like, it was like a little bit of like, did he get with the party record and, you know what I'm saying? Like this, that. But no. You know, like, and people want to see what they think they want to see. You know, or what they think what they perceive it to be. But, yo, fam, every time I ever been around that woman, she ain't did nothing but show me love, give me a kiss on the cheek every trip, and ain't never been different.
You presented her more records?
Not yet, but Miss Soon come dread.
Kaden, you gonna rap?
Dread. Yeah.
So are you signing the Rock Nation?
Am I signing the Rock Nation? I'm chilling.
Okay.
I'm chilling. I go up to Rock Nation.
We do business.
Yeah, I go up to Rock Nation.
That's one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah, it's nice.
Soak up some knowledge.
It's nice.
Absolutely.
It's pleasant.
Go sit on
and salams to Beehive. Like Beehive.
That's my OG right
there.
Yeah.
And shout out to Lenny. And shout out to Shaka. They,
Salute
like you gotta remember, I've been dealing with them for the whole millennium. You know what I'm saying? Like even with them, like, whenever whatever went the way it went, they didn't get in the middle of it. Like, it was like, and then when I came back around, it was just like, yo, cause you've been around.
Those might be my favorite people in the whole industry, from just the authentic.
They've been a buck from
perspective.
Like, I love Shaka.
Hey man. Tell me.
I love Shaka. I love Shaka. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the hat is dope.
It's a dope hat.
It's a dope hat.
Aside from all that, it's a nice hat.
It's a nice hat to go off the Dolce right. Know what I mean? And hit the we chilling.
That's it.
We chilling. Ain't no trouble. And ain't no trouble out here with me. I'm chilling. I take it. I'm in the gifts. I'm in the gifts. I like to be gifted.
So when the album coming to something? What's next?
October. It's gonna be an EP called A Good Comeback Story.
Okay.
And we gotta.
And you're hitting the road.
And I'm hitting the road, and I'm doing a new video, and I got a new record about to drop. And you interrupted my promo.
You're interrupting your food, Katie.
Yeah, you're interrupting your own.
This is a really important part right here.
Yo, why don't you sing Spaceship? Can you sing Spaceship for me? No. Okay.
He's not in a good mood.
So October what?
Probably like first week of October.
Okay, a good comeback.
A good comeback story.
Absolutely.
And who do you listen to now? Like what new artists? If you had to shout out,
artists.
who you like?
Stop. Caden. Who do I like? It's a little difficult for me. I like J. Cole.
Okay.
Cole dope.
I like J. Cole. He's actually a friend of mine. I gave him his first cameo in my Calling Me video. And I'm really proud of everything that he's done, man.
No features, #1 album.
Yeah. And it's real, and he's in a real cultural space, like with the way he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's real grassroots.
I mean, the crazy thing is, like, I pretty much work with everybody I like. Like, I worked with Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I got a new record with Ty Dolla $ign coming.
You worked with Kendrick early.
Yeah, early. I be catching him. I be peeping who gonna do it. But it's a couple new dudes that got the potential. But you got to deliver the records. You know what I'm saying?
I think a 4-year-old son. Do you like whipping Nene at home and stuff?
No, I don't whip Nene.
I don't know. Kaden stopped crying when he heard Nene just now. He lit up a little bit. Like, oh,
we on Nene. We turn up. We turn up a little different in my career. Like he really. This funny is the reason why I even had Kanye FaceTime was because when he's not grouchy, he likes to listen to like you know, like that era, the good music era that, you know, I was a part of.
He likes lyrics.
He loves Grammy Family. Loves it. You know, like I had him on stage with me at the Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival, and you know, he loved it. That's why he wanted to come. Like, I was taking him to school, literally. He was like, "I'm going with you. I want to go to radio."
Okay.
I want to go to radio. Like,
you want to come to radio, Kaden?
He loves to see it.
That's why he was supposed to be in school right now.
It looked like you kind of forced him to come here. I don't know.
No. They can't. They can't.
Okay.
Yeah, his school don't start till September.
All right. Well, good comeback could be out in October.
Yeah.
Salute to my guy, Consequence. I wouldn't necessarily call it a comeback though, but
I think it's just a good comeback. You know why I ran with the title?
Don't call it a comeback.
I just think that for me. It's just a good, AKA good space.
Yeah.
You know
All good music.
Well,
Kinda.
not good music because I'm not on good music anymore. You know, so we I move past that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like for me, it's just like, you know, with the adversity that I've kind of had in the last few years, just to be able to be back in a genuine music space, for me, it just feels like a good comeback story.
My man. Consequence, thank you for joining us, my brother.
Yeah.
Caden's nose is running. He really needs a tissue.
Get your snot game right on camera. Come on, fam.
I like that. This is what hip hop is all about.
Come on,
Fathering
fam.
the kids,
We
man.
don't do boogers on cable.
Who said black men don't father their children, man? That's what I like to see.
Boogers on cable. Come on, cuz.
It's the Breakfast Club. Consequence, salute.
I mean, no. I mean, but before she was anything, she was Jenna Penn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I met her as Jenna Penn. I didn't meet her as like Jennifer Bear from Staten Island.
No,
I met her
you
as
said she got a notorious mouth. You gonna have dudes like, oh, word.
I mean, it just is what it is. I love her. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, I've had to, you know, the reason why I said that, like, I had to deal with some things that she said in the past that came my way. You know what I'm saying? And I stood by as her man, you know what I'm saying? And it was the same scenario. You know, like, just to keep it $1, you know what I'm saying? Even when I first started talking back with, like, Dawn C, because me and Dawn had we was like cross fingers, and when everything kind of went awry, you know, everybody, you know, started picking their sides. But even when me and Dawn had our first dinner out here, he was like, you know, we respect Jen for Ron, your family issues. I mean, you know, unfortunately, I've vented to like about 10 million people. But you know, nevertheless, you know, I was looking for change and I got it. So, you know, and you know, yeah, it's a blessing. Like this week was my son's 4th birthday, and like Charlamagne said, Kanye FaceTimed him for his birthday, and yeah, Q-Tip gave him his first bass guitar lesson, so he had a really, really happy birthday.
That's dope, man. Do you think, you know, when y'all family, but all of y'all doing y'all thing, it's hard to get in touch with each other at times, but it shouldn't be, really.
Yeah, I don't know that it's hard to get in touch.
Well, you know, this business, man, you know, you got to go where your money's at. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, and sometimes that's the thing that causes a little bit. I remember when we did the interview, I kind of tried to sidestep the whole baby issue. You know what I'm saying? I guess it kind of got it hit a sore spot with Jen when the whole, so what do you give him for his baby shower? Because it was just like, you know, she's a woman. That's a sensitive subject when you know, like,
Jen went off. Jen was
Yeah, shit. I walked out there. I was like, I hope you're ready. But obviously, I had to deal with the bulk of it because they're my relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think for her it was just like we had been dealing with it internally for so long, and she has a notorious mouth. And she just let it go.
That sounded crazy, bro. That's your wife, man.
Of division, because at the end of the day, when this is how you feed yourself, you gotta hustle. And sometimes, that overshadows relationships. You know what I'm saying? And it gets tricky. I mean, y'all both got family and friends that's in the game, not in the game, and everybody has an opinion about what the quote unquote star does or doesn't do for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, so when you got like a situation with us, like we all individually have our own, successes, mishaps, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you got to just figure it out.
It seems like sometimes too, when it comes to children, you're like, okay, everybody put your differences to the side. I've had a son. Let's just, whatever issues we have,
Well, if you...
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. We got my guy, Consequence here.
What up?
It's the cons.
It's the cons, full
We ain't
word.
see you in a minute, Quince.
Yeah, I'm back.
Last time you was here, you was turned up on a lot of different issues, but it seemed like all those issues are resolved. I see Q-Tip playing with your son, teaching him how to do the guitar. I see Kanye FaceTiming him for his birthday.
Yeah, we blessed.
Family back together.
We blessed. We in a good space. Everybody's in a good space. When I walked out of here, I was like,
should I have?
Well, nah, it was, I knew it was gonna be World War III. Me and Charlamagne actually talked. We talked about it.
Absolutely.
Because there was like communication behind the scenes, with regard to the interview, and I guess sometimes you just have to vent just to get past